This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 3, I just want to give a testimony of what I saw at Universal Studios. All right, as you see in front of your screen, this establishment here is called Hard Rock. And brothers know what this is already. But if you don't know, all right, the Hard Rock Cafe is a major franchise throughout America, okay? And this particular Hard Rock, all right, their establishment is built after the Roman Colosseum, all right? This is in Universal Studio, okay? Universal Studio, Florida, all right? Yeah, I took my wife here. She's been begging to go here, so I took her here, all right? But hey, it was all through the Spirit because this is at Universal Studio, okay? Again, they built this establishment after the Roman Colosseum, okay? Facts, all right? And it reminded me of Revelation chapter 13, verse 3, because this proves that this is Rome all over again, okay? This is that deadly wound that was healed, all right? In America, Babylon the Great, all right, that great city, okay, pushes the ancient Roman ways throughout the world. And that's why all the world wonders after the beast. Because when you go to Universal Studio, all right, it's mainly tourists that are there, okay? The average American can't afford this. It's tourists throughout the world. You got Moab, Ammon, all right? You've got Ishmael. Oh, man, Ishmael is all up in this mother, okay? Even their women are in there, okay? Hair covered, but wearing a Harry Potter cloak, all right? And walking around with a wand, okay? Yeah, the scriptures are on point, okay? All the world wondered after the beast, okay? And all you got to do is go to Universal Studios, all right? And you can see that clearly, okay? And that's why the Lord raised up prophets, because we compare spiritual things with spiritual things, all right? Let me get that scripture. It's going to get deep. We haven't even got to like what I found out, okay, through the Spirit, okay? Because again, and only brothers know where this is going, all right? Hard rock, all right? And there was a major stronghold among Edom. Might as well get it, all right? Check this out. This is 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 7. All right. Now, this is King Amaziah. All right. This is the time when he was reigning over Judah. All right. And he was taking down these heathens. And this proves that these heathens can't be saved. All right. We were always going to war against these heathens. All right. Just read the book of Kings. All right. 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 7. He slew of Edom in the valley of Salt 10,000, and took Salah by war, and called the name of it Jatil until this day. Now, when you go into the word Salah, all right, this is why you got to go into the Hebrew, all right, comparing spiritual things with spiritual things. Salah the Hebrew word is Salai, which means the rock, a place in Edom, perhaps an early name for Petra. Okay? Hard rock. You can't get, okay, any more spiritual, all right, when it comes to, all right, linking it up with the scriptures, man. All right, now, Apostle Elders always went into this. Yes, I said, did the biblical Edomites live in Petra, Jordan? All right, just to pull up the AI overview. All right, we all know this if you've been studying on the Great Millstone through the Spirit and Power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Yes, the area encompassing the modern city of Petra, Jordan, was part of the ancient land of Edom, and the Edomites inhabited the region during the Iron Age. Okay, the territory, the Edomites were descendants of Esau, Jacob's brother, and their kingdom stretched across the mountainous region of southern Jordan, from the Dead Sea down to the Gulf of Aqaba. Excuse me, that was a tongue twister. Salai, or Petra, the Hebrew Bible refers to a major Edomite stronghold called Salai, which means rock. Many scholars identify this Salai, okay, with the location of Petra, whose Greek name also means rock. Boom. Okay, now look, let's go to the images. All right, look, doesn't it look familiar to the one at the Hard Rock Cafe in Universal Studio? Okay, let me get the tools here. You got to go large. You know, Esau be playing games. There it is. All right, let's open this up. Look at that. All right, look at that. Look at the columns, similar to the columns here. All right, these are the same people. All right, maybe got a better picture. Hey, this is spiritual. All right. In fact, let me get the scripture that First Corinthians chapter 2, and I'm going to start at 10. But the Most High revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searches all things, yea, the deep things of the Most High, right? And that's why the Lord, okay, put a heavy spirit on his prophets, all right, to bring this information out to our people, okay? And to show the truth, you know, what the Bible's talking about. When you read about, you know, that beast with the deadly wound that was healed, all right, clearly talking about Rome, all right, and America, all right, is Babylon the Great, the whore that rides the beast, okay, which is NATO and the EU, and America's part of NATO, all right. They push the ancient Roman ways onto the people. 11, for what man knoweth the things of man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so the things of the Most High knoweth no man, but the Spirit of the Most High. 12, now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of the Most High, right? That we might know the things that are freely given to us by the Most High power, Yahweh Shem Shai, right? You know, again, I went to Universal, you know, doing benevolence, excuse me, tongue twister right there. I'm a little tired, all right, for my wife. And I saw this, I said, oh, I got to do a lesson when I get back. I was looking forward to it. Like the whole day today, I was like, nah, I can't wait to go home and do a lesson on this, because this is spiritual, man. All right, the Wadiyah Bashim Al Shai for showing me this so I can do a lesson. 13, which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Spirit teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual things, right? All right, and when you go into the NLT version, when we tell you these things, we do not use words that come from human wisdom. Instead, we speak words given to us by the Spirit, using the Spirit's word to explain spiritual things, right? Okay, so we'll go into the scriptures. All right, when you see that deadly wound that was healed, all right, it's clearly talking about, all right, Rome. And who pushes the Roman Empire? Esau, Edom. These are the Edomites, okay? And again, going back to the book of Kings, all right, one of the Edomite stronghold is known as the rock, or the Hebrew word is Salai, all right, which is rock, okay, which goes back to Petra, okay, because that's where they went, that's where they were dwelling at a point in time, right? So let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume. Wait, let me start with at 7. I jumped the lamb. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. For the mystery of the iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Right. And clearly Paul, when he wrote this, all right, he was clearly talking about the Roman Empire. And what nation of people were ruling in the Roman Empire? The Edomites. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's why you got to be spiritual. Okay. You can't be carnal. All right. And again, seeing this, I was like, yo, all right, this is spiritual. All right. I have to take a picture of this, you know? And then I asked again the Google AI. I said, is the Hard Rock in Universal Studio built after the Roman Colosseum? Yes, the Hard Rock Cafe at Universal Orlando was built many centuries after the Roman Colosseum. The Hard Rock Cafe, which is designed to resemble a Roman Colosseum, opened at Universal City Walk in 1999 and earlier. Smaller location opened in 1990. Right. And what's so crazy, what does universal mean? Universe, one sentence. All right. That's that New World Order. All right. And America is the one that pushes it. That spirit. Okay. And America's behind all this New World Order agenda. America's at the forefront of this. And it's all going to be revealed. That's why this place is going to get rocked with nuclear missile. All right, because America, all right, is playing possum right now. But when it comes to all this digital ID and the whole blockchain, or I like to call it chain block, it all stems from America. Okay, the technology came out of America. So back to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Right, and the Lord's going to take him out of the way real soon. 8, and then shall the wicked be revealed. Right, who is the wicked? The Edomites. Okay, it's plain. All right. Again, rock goes back, Petra. Okay, and they put hard rock on the Roman Colosseum. All right, Esau knows who he is. The elites know. They did this on purpose. All right. Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Right. And right now the Lord is using his prophets, all right, as the spirit of his mouth. That's why it says in Hosea, let me show you, in the book of Hosea, chapter 6, verse 5. Therefore have I hewed them by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. Right. All right. We hear the prophets, okay, are slaying these people with the words of the Lord. All right. And these people can't handle it. They constantly bug out. All right. They constantly get irritated when we bring out, all right, the truth of the gospel. All right. Especially these wacky tacky plantation Christians and these pseudo Hebrew Israelites. All right. So yeah, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Right. And you clearly see, man, that the Lord's about to destroy this man. All right. You know, us being raised up in these latter days and preaching the gospel and bringing out this information proves that the Lord's coming to destroy this place. It's only a matter of time. We're just waiting for the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, which is coming soon. Okay. 9, even him whose coming is as the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Right. Okay. These are these lying wonders. Okay. People looking at this, they're taking pictures. They're getting all, enchanted by it, not knowing, all right, that this is all one big witchcraft, one big illusion, one big, again, enchantment. All right. And this place is going to be destroyed. These people don't even know that they're visiting a place that the Lord has marked for destruction, man. All right. But they're consumed by these lying wonders. All right. because first of all, heathens ain't gonna get it, and 2/3 ain't gonna get it. All right. Oh, that's why in verse 10 it says, "And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved." Right, and that's the 2/3. Okay, because they've been deceived by all this. They've been caught up in all this lying wonders and this wondered. All right, these enchantments. All right, even though the scriptures say no enchantments are against Jacob, but our people don't even want to acknowledge that they're Jacob. Okay, they don't even want to acknowledge that they're Israelites. And then you got those that know that the Israelites talk about that Edomites can be saved. No, they can't, man. All right, they're set up for destruction. They're set up to be judged, and then those that survive the destruction go into slavery. So let me bring out the book of Daniel, and I'll close off on this. Daniel chapter 7, verse 19. Ooh, 18. "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever." Right, and that's what we're waiting on. All right, who are the saints? The Israelites, not heathens. Israelites of the elect, starting first. Okay, and then eventually all Israel. But right now, all right, who's going to take this man down? The elect. All right, with spiritual power, who the Lord has selected. All right, and then again, because it says, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom." When you go into the word "take," check this out. It's quabal, which means to receive, to acquire. Right, to receive, to acquire. Right, and the Lord is going to give the kingdom. All right, with his men, the 144,000 and the 1/3. Okay, and then eventually all you Israelites will have it. But all right, you'll have to be born in your right state of mind, because right now the bulk of y'all out of your mind. "And possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever." Right. 19. "Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass, which devour, break in pieces, and stamp the residue with his feet." Right. The fourth beast, that deadly wound that was healed. Okay. 20. "And out of the 10 horns that were in his head," right, the 10 horns represent, all right, the European Union, formerly known as the European Economic Community, "and of the other which came up, and before him 3 fell. Even of that horn that had eyes and a mouth that spake very great things." Right, okay, and you clearly see it. All right, that this is talking about America, Babylon the Great. All right, "whose look was more stout than his fellows." Exactly. 21. "I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them." Right, and we went to captivity. All right, over here in America. But guess what? The Lord raised us up in the latter days. 22. "Until the ancient days come, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom." Right, again. All right, the Most High. All right, who the world English calls God. All right, this is talking about him, Ancient of Days. All right, he already set up. All right, the judgment. All right, on this place. All right, and the saints will be the ones that are going to be judging you heathens. All right, starting with our big brother Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus. "And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom." Again, so we're at the end. All right, once Yahweh Shai, all right, cracks the sky and delivers his elect, that's it, man. We possess in the kingdom. All right. 23. "Thus he said," so we're at the end. This is proof we're at the end. "Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down, and break it in pieces." 24. "And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall arise after them. And he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings." Right, this is the same, all right, prophecy, all right, just instead of it being said regarding the horns, the 3 horns that fell. Now it's the three the three kings that were subdued, right? So these are talking about countries, all right? England, France, and Spain. They were subdued by America, that horn, okay? Over here in the New World. That's the breakdown. That's the history. 25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, right? Clearly, that's talking about America. And shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and a dividing time. Right. Once again, that 350 years, all right, where the scripture's talking about, where is it at again? Where it says he prevailed against them, right? He made war with the saints and prevailed against them, right? For 350 years, from 1619 to 1969, 1970, it's roughly around 350 years. All right, this devil prevailed over us. All right, he broke us down. All right, and was what's it called? Putting hell on us. But guess what? When the Lord raised up Abba Vivens, that was it. Okay, that's when we started to raise up and know who we are, and that proves that we're at the end of this. We're at the end. This is it. We're at the end. Okay. 26. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end. Right. Who's the they? Again, the saints. All right. It's saying the same thing over and over and over again. Okay. And the Yahweh Shai is going to be leading it. Okay. 27. The kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. There we go. Whom kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. Exactly. And again, right, the elect will get it first, okay? Because you 2/3, you got to die on this side, because you don't want to be saved. You don't want this truth. You want to trust in Babylon. You want to go to Universal Studios and be a clown and be dress up in Harry Potter costumes and walk around with a wand. Oh, check this shit out. All right, you know what? I'm gonna show you. I took a picture of this. I said, oh, again, I was just in there, and the Lord was just showing me all types of stuff. I was like, oh, so this is what they pushing out here in Babylon the Great, which is also spiritually Sodom and Egypt, and which pushes the Roman ways, the ancient Roman ways, onto the people. Okay, check this out. Check this out. This is very interesting. Okay. All right, watch this. Okay. Free wand with the purchase of a merchandise shopping cart. Okay, this place got to be destroyed. Free wand, talking about a Harry Potter wand. Okay, with the purchase of a merchandise shopping cart. So they're telling you to get credit, go into debt. All right, because that's what credit is. Okay, get a Universal Orlando Resort debt credit card so that you can get a free wand to be a witch or a warlock. This is why this place is going to be destroyed. Okay, it's going to be burnt up. It's going to be as it says, given to the burning flame, because America's one big witch warlock place. That's why in Daniel chapter 7 verse 11 says, I beheld then, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, again America, I beheld even till the beast was slain and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. Right. And what do you do to a witch? You burn it. Okay? Because look at this shit. This is how you know America's going to be cooked, man. All right. Thou shall let me see. Suffer a witch. I think it's suffer witch to live. Yep. Exodus chapter 22 verse 18. It's spiritual because the brothers in GMS Miami, my brothers in GMS Miami, we just read this last week. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Okay? So what do you do to a witch? You burn it. All right? America, all right, pushes witchcraft. pushes, okay, what's it called? Idolatry. Again, I saw a freaking Ishmaelite couple. We're talking, all right, they speak in the Arabic, okay? The woman had a headpiece, but she was wearing a Harry Potter garment, okay? While her boyfriend or husband is walking around with a wand. these are fucking Arabs, Muslims, and they into this shit. So anyway, Lord willing, is less edifying. I think we got the point. This proves that, okay, America, Babylon the Great, pushes that deadly wound that was healed. All right, America, Babylon the Great, is ran and governed by the Edomites, and that's why it makes sense why this place is going to be destroyed by fire. All right. So with that, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem B'Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who grew well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep it there. Keep the faith. Keep pushing. Keep fighting. Keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostles and elders. Hey, we're almost out of here. It's getting spicy. All right. The Lord is showing everything in due time. This place is cooked. All right. America is, all right, Babylon the Great, spiritually Egypt and Sodom, that great city. All right. And it will be ran and governed by the Edomites. Okay. It's a fact. All right. In fact, Edom and Egypt are associated with each other in the scripture. Hold up. Egypt, Edom. Joel chapter 3 verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. Right. So there you go. Joel chapter 3 verse 19. You can't get around it. All right. So yeah. So keep pushing, keep fighting. We're almost out of here. Stay prayed up. Pray for the apostle elders of Great Millstone. All right. Pray for their health and longevity. And for the futures that are watching, keep studying. And when you pray, chat, cover, shalom.